Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days. So in today's video I wanted to have a look at who I would like to see in the Money in the Bank match this year. It was a suggestion given by Andre Pachescu and really appreciate it because always looking for new ideas. I said as well I'd give a few shout outs, so hello to Lawrence Elliott and Mark Radowski as well. Really do appreciate the support. So back to Money in the Bank. Traditionally we have 7 competitors. There were 7 last year, and I've got to be honest, I enjoy seeing people win this that wouldn't normally get the opportunity. Don't like seeing John Cena win it, or Sheamus win it, or Dean Ambrose. I know that's going to be a little controversial, but he's going to have main event matches. I promise you he will be in main events. He will compete for the title. It's better when it's those kind of performers, those wrestlers that don't get that opportunity. I also, and again, controversial, also think it's better when it's a heel. When it's a face that wins this, they can sometimes cash it in and say, we're going to have a match at SummerSlam. I think it was Rob Van Dam who cashed his in and said he was going to have a match at One Night Stand against John Cena. And for me, it just loses something. You know, if you're cashing it in advance and saying, we're going to have this match here, why don't you just book the match? Do you know what I mean? I know they've earned the opportunity and they might not get it otherwise, but it's so much better when it's just a moment out of the blue, you know, like Seth at WrestleMania. Or for me, the ultimate cash-in, Dolph Ziggler the night after WrestleMania a few years ago, cashed in on Alberto Del Rio. I just think that heels can get away with that. I think there's a couple of faces, though, that are kind of on the line that could get away with it. I also think that there's a couple of heels that could turn face in the process of cashing in, become fan favourites, you know, the kind of guys that are over. And I suppose in that regard, my first person that I'd like to see in this is a name I've already mentioned, and that's Dolph Ziggler. I don't see Dolph Ziggler getting a WWE title shot anytime soon. Just don't see him in the main event. This guy is going to be competing for the Intercontinental title at best for the next few years. He re-signed his contract a couple of years ago, and I really do scratch my head as to why, because there'd been rumours he was unhappy, and I've not seen him be used in anything that you know, kind of warrants him changing his mind. I know he was in that great Survivor Series angle where he was the last person, and it was like the Sting debut. I think you're going back to 2014 for that, and it was around that time he negotiated his contract. But there's been nothing since. You know, last summer where we had Summer Rae, Lana, Rusev, that was awful. And then he went into a match against the second person that I'd like to see, or into a feud with this person, I should say, Tyler Breeze. I really rate Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze has paid his dues. Tyler Breeze was down in NXT FCW for years, right? Years, like 5-6 years. He's done the work. He's got a good character. It's a decent gimmick. There's not anything else like it on the main roster. They put Summer Rae with him. It looked like there could be some traction. You know, his promos are fairly strong. You know, calling people uggos and things like that. You know, he's good. He's all right. He can do it in the ring. But he's just what's he doing at the moment? He's with Fandango, R-Truth, and Goldust. You know, Goldust's best days were about 15 to 20 years ago. R-Truth has kind of been a comedy act now for, I don't know, you know, 5-8 years. Fandango's never caught on. Even being put over by Jericho couldn't get Fandango over with the wider universe. We do love him in London. We Fandango like there's no tomorrow, but yeah, he's just not gained that kind of, you know, traction. But Tyler Breeze, it's too soon to give up on Tyler Breeze. I don't know what he's done backstage, but he's clearly upset someone. But that'd be my second entry into this anyway. I'd love to see a Tyler Breeze cash in. Again, I don't see Cesaro main event in a pay-per-view. I know this is the new era. Jesus, we get told that enough. But I just don't see Cesaro being in the main event picture. So I could be wrong. You know, they might throw in Battleground or something, but I'd much rather he had that briefcase. And I just think that, you know, the Cesaro section, Cesaro's got the briefcase, he can cash it in at any moment. And I think that he's the kind of person that has worked hard, and I think that he might give the opponent the opportunity, and that's my only concern with Cesaro. He's a technical wrestler, he's a proud wrestler, he's all about the competition, doesn't really fit his character to quickly cash it in. So yeah, I'd still like to see him get the opportunity though. Finishing off the faces, I would go with Neville. Hopefully Neville's back soon. He needs a bit of a push. I know that this would be a massive jump, you know, getting the Money in the Bank contract. I'm not saying that he has to win this match, but I just think that they should put him in this match to get that opportunity to cash it in. This won't be who the competitors are. I fully appreciate it's going to be Owens, Zayn, Ambrose, Cesaro, but it'll be your usual names. I could sit here and tell you who's going to be in this match, but I'd rather sit here and tell you who I'd like to see in this match, and I would like to see Neville. I would like to see him get a shot to move up the card. You know, he had a fantastic match against Seth for the WWE title on Raw last year. Absolutely fantastic. In fact, if you get a chance to go on the network, watch it out. He comes, like, he gets the 3 count, but it's only because Seth has got his foot on the bottom rope that, you know, and it's one of those moments where you're like, it takes you a second to realise, has he just won? Has he just won the WWE title? Don't forget as well, the UK, one of WWE's biggest markets, England, has never had a WWE champion. Never had a WWE champion. We've had Intercontinental champion in the British Bulldog, we've had tag champions, never had a WWE champion. That is, come on. Even if he just holds it for 5 minutes, and I don't care. Give it Neville. That brings me to the rest of the heels. So rest of the heels wise, I would like to see Bray Wyatt. I know there's a really strong chance that he could be in that main event picture, but well, he's been here for how many years now, and he's not had that many opportunities at it. In fact, I'm struggling to remember any. He certainly didn't face Seth for it, didn't face Triple H for it. Has he had opportunity? I mean, I suppose the Royal Rumble he could have won, but yeah, that's Bray Wyatt. Put him in, new face of fear. Could be the making of him, couldn't it? If you can't get there on his own merit by winning the matches, take a shortcut could really launch him to that next level. So I would put Bray in. I would also put Rusev in. Again, I don't see him getting the opportunity. I mean, if you look at this pool of talent now, every single person is not a guaranteed main eventer. That means whoever's going to win this, it's going to be fresh. It's going to be different. Final person I'd have in this, heel-wise, would be Sheamus. Now, that sounds a little weird after everything I've said, but I don't see him getting another shot at the title anytime soon. I don't want him to win this match, but I don't think the universe want him to win this match either. And so as a result of that, I think he could really tease it out going up the ladder. People go, no, not again. This is meant to be the new era and Sheamus is going to win. Goes up, gets knocked off, and, you know, eventually one of the other guys wins it. I just think it would add a bit of drama to the match. I think it gives Sheamus a bit of a purpose. You know, the build to it could be Sheamus going, I'm going to win it again. I won it last year. I'll do it again, fella. So I would put him in just for the purpose of the match, but no way does he win it. No way. Winner-wise, who I'd like to see, I'm torn. I'm torn between Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt. Dolph, I think, just is a workhorse. He's on the road all the time. He's a company guy. You know, he does what he's told. He puts people over. You know, he put Tyler Breeze over, for example, and had that little thing with the Authority just before WrestleMania. I think that he works really hard. I think that he deserves a chance again. They gave him that chance before, and it was a concussion from Jack Swagger, I think, that meant that he had to basically vacate the title, the world heavyweight title, and he's never got back to that level since. I feel for him. I think he's paid his dues. Equally, Bray Wyatt, I think, has paid his dues. He's been on the roster for a couple of years. They just could not have mismanaged him more. And so I would like to see either of those guys get a chance. But in all fairness, you know, if the likes of Tyler Breeze or Neville was to emerge victorious, Cesaro, yeah, I'd be loving it. That's why I just think that it's really important that there's a few options. But I know it's going to be Owens and Zayn and all that kind of stuff. I suppose for the purpose of this, I've kept Owens and Zayn out because I really want their feud to run and run and run. There's no reason why at Money in the Bank they can't be in a you know, bang in the middle of this feud, which I'm hoping is just going to keep going and going and going. Maybe the payoff could be WrestleMania next year, and they just keep having different series of matches. You know, one of them keeps climbing up the ladder, looks like they're going to get a shot at the title, but then out comes Owens and takes that opportunity away. Out comes Sammy, takes that opportunity away. This very much is, for me, like Orton and Cena was for years. So, yeah, I think that we can easily keep them out of this. I think they have a more important storyline at the moment. You know, this feud against each other is fantastic. You know, 14 years in the making. This needs to play out for a long time. I really would have the final match at WrestleMania next year. Cool. Don't forget, drop it in the comments as to who you would like to see in Money in the Bank, who you'd like to see win. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at WrestlingDaysUK, and if you haven't subscribed, it'd be brilliant if you did, because I've got loads more videos on the way. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.